We're asking in this item to be able to advance the use of general funds, and that'll be reimbursed once the grant funds are received.
You're welcome. Moving 1, 2, and 3. Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray, Padilla, Morales, Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. SPH 1.
Staff report requesting that the mayor and council members set a public hearing to consider an appeal by J.D. Thompson of the Planning Commission's decision to deny a special use permit to allow a mortuary in approximately 4,200 square foot one-story commercial building.
Set the public hearing for January 23rd, 2024 at 2 p.m. And now we move to 01.
Staff report recommending that the mayor and council members introduce an ordinance designating city-owned parking facilities as parking meter zones and establishing special event parking rates and fines for on-street and off-street parking meter zones.
Before we have the motion to waive further reading, before Councilwoman Gray, you had a question for the
Yeah.
city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have a question. I know this has to do with establishing rates for, I think, our parking structures. And so the question has to do with, are there going to be parking meters installed in those structures, those city structures,
So
parking lots?
Yeah, that is, I think, still yet to be determined, but I'm going to, since it's as close as my right hand here, I'm going to defer to the
Adwell.
Assistant City Manager, Mr. Atwell, to handle it.
Actually,
Thank you.
the city manager is correct. We're still looking at that. A lot of times in those structures, the meters can be vandalized, and that can be an issue. So right now, they're not, but there are pay stations as you come in.
Right.
Okay, Councilman Morales.
Well, I didn't have one, but I
You
just
had
thought of
one.
one.
Okay.
The, in
See?
regards to the meters, I know that we were talking about, those that you get the numbers stalled. This is a while back, and I just want to have a follow-up question. And I see Bill in the audience. We talked about the big machine like at a location, and then you go and you say which number. But then we talked about how during regular days, without actual event days, we could change, how much and everything else. Or we could say on these days that don't have events, it's free parking as usual on this locust thing. That's the plan, right? Because we're basically protecting our parking during event days and being able to charge what we want, right? That's what we're doing here.
Yes, that's the plan. You and I have been working on this with Bill as well. Mark's pretty new, the city manager's pretty new at it. So, yeah, but that is our goal,
Still the
because
goal.
to provide residential parking during the week and non-events, correct?
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, you're going to be a traffic consultant in a
I'm
minute.
ready.
All right, motion waive further reading.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye, who wants to go in history and introduce it?
I'll introduce it.
All right. A1.
Thank you, Mayor. We had one closed session regarding the claim of Mr. Salas. As to that, there's a request for settlement authority on that matter.
So moved.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla,
Aye.
Morales,
Aye.
Fogg,
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye, CM1.
Well, what I'd like to do, first of all, on behalf of all city employees, the workforce, I'd like to welcome back Councilwoman Gray to the dais. It's always good to see you.
Thank
Likewise, on behalf of all the city employees, I'd like to extend our deepest condolences to the Padilla family for the loss of the Padilla family matriarch, at least one of them. As always, we're part of a larger family, and our thoughts and prayers continue to be with your family.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Additionally, this is our first meeting back since Mr. Fields' retirement. So I feel that I should certainly add my congratulations to him for a wonderful run. 12 years, I think everybody's remarked about that. It's almost unheard of in the city manager field. A lot of folks may not know the average for a city manager in California is about 48 months. So by going 12 years, I think that that's a testimony of both his service as well as being able to work for a council that was an outstanding council to work for. And I know he must feel a little, if he's watching today, and hopefully he's spending time with his family, not doing so, but I know he must feel a little out of sorts not being up here sitting in this seat, and I'll try and do right by him. And finally, I just want to say, Mr. Mayor, members of council, that This is my fifth appointment to a seat as the city manager. My third to this particular seat, and by the way, it's probably time to replace the chairs. I think it's the same chairs, but my third here, and I've never quite been so excited or optimistic, enthusiastic about being part of the transition to the next generation of leaders for the administrative office. And I appreciate your trust and confidence, and will do everything I can to continue to have that. Thank you.
Okay. And well, you have to remember, these seats only get used an average of once every 2 weeks when you count the breaks. And they're only on Tuesdays, and we're not here every Tuesday. That's why they've lasted so long. All right, CC1.
Yes, Mayor, thank you so much. First, would like to wish everyone a happy new year. To our interim city manager, Mark Weinberg, it's a pleasure to work with you again. Different, light, but again, it's great to be working alongside with you. Looking forward to a great year. Councilman Padilla, my sincere condolences to you and your family as well.
Thank you.
You guys are definitely in my prayers. And if you need anything from me, just give me a call. You were definitely there for my parents, and I want to be right there for you the same way. Thank you so much. And then, Mayor, I would like to mention that I attended the We Grow LA in connection with the Inglewood clothing store ran by Steve Cotton. They did a holiday giveaway that was very well attended, and they did a great job there. Also, I attended the North Pole Toy Drive over at the Serving Spoon, and that was a great success. Many children were blessed with tons of toys. Then I attended the homegoing celebration of Mr. Leonard Tibbs and Councilwoman Gray. First, again, it's great to see you back here, to have you on the dais with us, but wanted to let you know personally and verbally that you did such a great job sending home Mr. Tibbs. Everything was very nice, well attended, well organized, and you're still in my prayers, and I'm here if you need me as well. I would like to say happy birthday to myself, first year without my mom and dad, but happy birthday to me. And then lastly, would like to remind our residents that we are recognizing Dr. Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so City Hall will be closed. Mayor, that concludes my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. The successor agencies in session, CSA 2.
Staff report recommending that the chairman and successor agency members adopt a resolution approving the July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 recognized obligation payment schedule for the expenditures of redevelopment property tax trust funds for submittal to the Second Supervisory District Consolidated Oversight Board for approval consideration.
So moved.
Second.
Hold on 1 second. And,
One and
so,
two.
so move 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
So now can we have the motion?
Move 1 and 2.
2, yeah. Second.
Okay, Madam City Clerk.
Successor agency members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
All right, we'll adjourn the successor agency. Let's see. Appointments to boards and commissions. So, let's see. Oh, I nominate and I appoint Stephanie Kimbrough to the Housing Advisory Commission.
Move concurrence.
Second.
Madam City Clerk.
Council members Gray,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Fogg.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. And so now, that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Public comments.
Okay, so now, let's see, so hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I don't think we did CSA 2, did we?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay,
did.
okay,
Yeah,
we
we did.
did. We did CSA 2.
Public comment.
Okay, all right. Public comment. So any persons wishing to address the city council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered on the agenda may do so at this time.
Good afternoon. Is it on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Charlene Sanders, and I'm in District 1. And I wanted to share with you. On Saturday, the 23rd of December, I noticed water in the yard next door to me. I live on Buckthorn, one of the main thoroughfares into the SoFi Stadium. And this water kept coming out. It looked like a lake, and it was all downside the curb. And I felt that someone had to be washing cars or something, because they do that sometime over there. And I witnessed poop coming out like it was in a stable all over the place, all downside of the apartment next door where the lake looked, and then downside the curb. And by the 26th, it was getting worse. And I called the police department. I called Miss Gray's assistant, Alicia Smith, and she was out of town. And I called the police department, and then they called me back and said they were going to try to get something. However, Alicia came back in town, and she called the what is it, the
Public
sewer
Works?
people, and
Public
they came
Works.
out, and they were really glad that I had called someone, because it was devastating. I've never seen stuff like that. Every time they flushed their toilets, it would go everywhere. And they said that what was happening in Inglewood, this is what really concerned me. What's happening in Inglewood, they said some of the landlords are not taking care of the places where the tenants are living, and they're not taking care of it next door. There was a new company that was taking care of this, and apparently they had been over there. Because one of the ladies told me that she had
Ma'am,
called them, they couldn't reach
Ma'am,
them.
we're at time. I'm gonna give you another 10 seconds.
Okay, well,
Because we
anyway,
definitely get the idea.
I'm sorry?
I said we definitely get the idea.
Okay, well, I wanted to say that they came out and they wanted to let you know that in Inglewood, this is happening in other places. I know some of the places have been torn down. I know 3 of them myself that's been torn down. Other people are there. So you need to check on that and see what's going on in the city of Inglewood, because this is gentrification. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. With that, we'll close public comment. Council comments. Councilwoman Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, let me say Happy New Year to everyone and wish everyone a prosperous and blessed New Year. I was not able to attend Mr. Ardifield's retirement, but I wanted to publicly now say congratulations to him, and certainly look forward to working with Mr. Weinberg in that capacity. So I just heard some public comments and just want to acknowledge the fact that I want to thank everyone for their condolences regarding the death of my partner, Mr. Leonard Tibbs, and thank everyone for their support. I want to specifically, and I hate to do this always, I forget someone's name, so please forgive me if I do, but I want to personally thank the mayor and the city council. The mayor actually visited Mr. Tibbs quite frequently, and I really do appreciate his interest in caring and showing support for him. And certainly the council reached out to me and was very giving in terms of their support. In fact, Councilwoman Falk, I think, called me every other day. So I do appreciate that. And certainly my 2 other colleagues on the council reached out, and city staff. And I can't, there were so many of you, so I don't want to call anyone's name, but I appreciate everything. And to the community and our city clerk, our city clerk. She certainly reached out a lot, and I know all of you, most of you were at the funeral services, and I do appreciate that. And I also want to thank the community for the love and the condolences that was given to me and my family. I appreciate all of it. And when I look in the audience, I see some of the folks out there who are very supportive. So I'm very appreciative of that. Yes, grieving is a process, and it takes a while. Everyone grieves differently, but I do want my constituents in the community know that there was not a total disconnect during this time period. I was in communication with the mayor quite frequently. We talked frequently, and he kept me apprised of any issues, and I was always available, if necessary, to come to the meetings. And certainly I had communications with all of my colleagues on the council. They reached out and called me, Councilman Padilla, Councilman Morales, and I've already mentioned Councilman Falk. And certainly our city clerk did also. I want to thank also those who took time away from their busy schedule also elected officials and many other services. Congresswoman Maxine Waters actually was on vacation, and she came back to support me, so I want to thank her publicly. And Supervisor Holly Mitchell sent her representative, and that was during a time period when a lot of people were on vacation, but they did take the effort to be there. Senator Bradford was there. I appreciate him. Um, Assemblywoman Tina McKenna, she sent something, and Congresswoman Kim Lager, she sent a resolution, and there were so many, and Mayor Karen Bass reached out to me. She was out of town. In fact, I talked with her again this morning and just checking on me. But I say that to say that, at the end of the year, it seems like there are a lot of people who pass on, and it's a period of sadness sometimes for us, but now this is 2024, and we look forward to moving on and being productive in our lives. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for reaching out. I want to specifically, before I forget, while I was not always present in my office, I want to thank my deputy city assistant, Alicia Smith, who picked up the pieces, and you heard one of the community members state a very serious issue. And I want to thank Alicia for making sure that that office continued to function, as well as Gwen Goodman, who chairs the ICOM Center. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for their support. And I want to extend condolences to the Padilla family. I know that Alex just lost his mother-in-law and Stella, her mother, and I can imagine what that feels like. But sincere condolences to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Today's, first off again, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. It's exciting time of year. Certainly understand that. I want to just thank the police department and the LA County Fire Department because right before Christmas, they came out with the Santa sleigh and they went throughout the city of Inglewood and they put smiles on so many of these young kids' faces. They got to go sit on Santa's lap, talk to Santa about what they want for Christmas, and then take some pictures. The parents loved it. I mean, this is part of that community togetherness that we're fortunate to have here in the city of Inglewood. So thank you to the Inglewood Police Officers Association. Thank you to the Inglewood Police Department, to Chief Ranarata, all his folks, and the LA County Fire Department for making that possible. Today's agenda, we approved several things that I just want to make sure we're all aware of. The library stuff that we're approving to make sure our children and our parents have a place to bring their kids to continue to learn, the reading, writing, math, all the tutoring that our libraries provide. So it's so good to see this on our agenda. And also the parking situation. Again, that's important, as Councilmember Morales mentioned, and our city manager, Mr. Weinberg. We're going to figure out how best to do it so that on days of events, we're not giving up our parking. We can still have parking available for our residents because it's important, because our businesses still need to function. We can't just, say, hey, everybody come park and take up, and then our businesses sometimes, kind of get hurt by that. So we need to make sure everybody gets to have a place to park their cars. Mayor, I'd like to close in the honor of my mother-in-law, Belen Maldonado. What can I say? I was blessed to have her as my mother. Descanse en paz, rest in peace. We love you. And thank you, everybody, for your phone calls and your prayers. Thank you.
Councilwoman Falk, District 4.
Okay. I wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. Um, as you can see, we need a lot of prayer here on the dais right now. So let's all keep Councilman Padilla, Councilman Gray in your prayers because they're dealing with significant loss. And that's hard. I know I lost my dad almost 8 years ago, and I was gone for a month. I did not talk to anybody. So let's keep them in our prayers, and please know that we are with you. I also wanted to take this time to welcome Mark back to this position, back to the city of Inglewood. It is it's bittersweet because I loved Artie, but I'm looking forward to working with you. And I know that we're going to have a great working relationship. And then also I wanted to wish City Clerk happy birthday. She has a birthday coming up. I'm looking forward to celebrating with you. I wanted to make sure that District 4 residents understand that we have a town hall meeting coming up. It will happen on Wednesday, February 21st. It will be at Hollywood Park Casino from 5:30 to 8. So please mark your calendar. We're going to have some great updates for you. You do not want to miss it. We're going to have updates on the Intuit Dome opening, Hollywood Park retail space opening. We're going to have elections updates and lots of other great information. So please mark your calendar and plan to attend. And lastly, I just wanted to congratulate Jeffrey Lewis, who recently retired as our Assistant City Council. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman Alo Morales, District
Thank you,
3.
Mayor. Thank you. First, I also want to thank the police department for their Santa Claus that they bring out every year. You know, I want to especially thank them this year because I think some folks didn't get to see Santa Claus in a particular area in my district, and I called them and they squeezed it in and worked probably an extra hour. So I really appreciate that. It meant something to those kids. So, hopefully, the guys that actually sit there all that hour and just give so much good cheer that they know how much we appreciate it. I want to welcome Mark back. Welcome, Mark. I hope it's as easy as you think it is. And then, of course, my condolences to Alex and Stella Padilla, the mother, Belen Maldonado. She was a resident of mine. And, the when I first heard years ago, when Alex told me about her and that they had already lost a dad, but that there was, what is it, 10 daughters, Alex?
Yeah.
10 daughters would rotate taking care of the mother. Everybody had a day. I mean, I just thought, man, how beautiful is that? And I mean, I have 3 sons. I don't know if I have a chance there, but the bottom line is I just thought it was so beautiful, and they kept it going, kept it going, kept it going. And it's just nice to see and to get to these days. It's so sad because no matter what, it doesn't matter the age and it doesn't matter the illness. When it's your mom, it's your mom. So may she rest in peace, Belen Maldonado, and thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, Alex, she deserves like her own shrine for having 10 daughters.
10 daughters.
Does.
My,
And some.
my goodness. I have to tell you that it was a pretty wonderful Christmas in Inglewood. One of the things that the council did was we gave targeted gift cards primarily to the school district. And I want to read something from Dr. James Morris. This is, Dear Mayor Butts, on behalf of the students and families of the Inglewood Unified School District, I wish to express our most sincere appreciation to you, council members, and the City of Inglewood team for your support of our students and families this holiday season. Your generous donation of gift cards has been distributed to the students and families across Inglewood, and I've attached a counting of all the cards that were received. The cards were distributed to all schools with a concentrated allocation for schools with the highest percentage of socioeconomically disadvantaged foster, and unhoused youth. I wish to additionally acknowledge Dr. Donnell Goldsby, Inglewood Unified School District's Executive Director of State and Federal Programs, for her conscientious and thoughtful approach to documenting and ensuring the cards were distributed to students and families in need. Now, they passed out 1,483 $50 gift cards. And they sent a book to me that I hope that we're going to be able to show the pictures of some of the students. It's always a danger to ask, but Thomas, you guys got that book? Well, I just have to tell you, it was beautiful. It was a book the kids put together. Oh, you can't show it? Okay. Oh, that's right. The internet's out. Life depends on the internet, but bring it to me. Bring it to me. I appreciate it, Thomas. So anyway, they put together this book. And in this book are pictures of the kids and their mothers and fathers, and they wrote cards thanking us. It was just beautiful. And I'm going to read a couple of the cards. It says, "Thank you for the gift card. I hope you have a good day after reading these little notes of thanks. Faith Fuiwaka." Yes? Can you hold it up so we can zoom in on it? Okay. And then read it too? All right. This is difficult. Thank you for this great program and the gift card. Also, thank you, Inglewood. It was very great for all of us. And then as it goes on like this, and here are the schools that sent something. Bennett Q Academy, Beulah Payne, Sentinel Elementary, Frank D. Parent, Highland, Hudno, Kelso Elementary, Latier Academy, Oak Street School, Crozier Middle School, City Honors High School, Inglewood Continuation, Inglewood High School, and Morningside High. And so I just say this to say that, you know, a lot of times people say the things that happen in Inglewood, some people say, not many, that this isn't for us. Well, actually, the city could never have afforded to, and Aloy was here and he can testify to that, to give close to $100,000 so that kids had a Christmas. And we just gave 103 businesses a $20,000 grant that were impacted during COVID, a little over $2 million. These are things that could never be done before. And I just am grateful to be serving on the council at a time when we're able to, you know, provide some social equity, provide an opportunity for people to participate in the greatness that has become Inglewood. And with that, I'm going to close in the memory of Belen Maldonado, matriarch of Alex Padilla's family, extended family, and Jakeem Stewart, one of the owners of Drobe Stogies. And want to recognize the departure of Jeff Lewis last week and herald the return of Mark Weinberg as city manager. We don't make interim city managers any more than we make interim police chiefs. In the police department, we would have people that served between some formal selection process, but they all have their pictures on the wall because being a police chief and being a city manager is nothing to be considered an interim position. It's 100%, and you should have the best person that you can find. And I feel that we've got the best person we could find to take over the reins of running a classified service here in Inglewood. And with that, we're adjourned.